let's get to Courtney Michelle
Okay.
because she's making some waves as of late. I love Courtney. Now she did put a video out that said red pill is the new big pharma. Did you see that video?
No, I didn't see it.
If I have to paraphrase, what she's saying is when it comes to big pharma, they're not trying to cure you. They're just trying to do enough so you can feel comfortable in your trauma.
Mm-hmm.
She compared that to red pill. What's your take on that?
It's a half truth. What she's doing is she's taking bad actors and she's doing basically what people do with black men, which is they judge the entirety of black men based upon Pookie and Ray Ray. That's what she's doing. So basically, there are guys that are red pill that are extreme, and they aren't really solution based. They just want to talk about the issues and they want to address the issues and hammer the issues. And I get why they do that, because what's the point of moving off of it if it hasn't been fixed? So what she's doing is she's playing to the audience. She's playing to the audience that engages in misandry. Because at the end of the day, women have been complaining about certain shit for a long fucking time, and they've been allowed to complain about it, because if you say that they can't complain about it, that's considered oppressive. You know what I'm saying? But because we're men and we have this connotation of being the patriarchs and ruling the world for so long, it means that we don't have a right to complain about anything. That's really the basis of it. So if there are guys that are constantly complaining about shit, they're going to say, oh, well, you don't want to fix anything. You just want to complain about shit, and you want a bunch of other guys to trauma bond with you. But what she doesn't realize is that if a guy gets up here and complains about something and he's able to accumulate 100,000 subscribers and people and thousands of people watch him every day, that means there's validity to what he's saying.
Right. And a lot of commonality. Now, I do understand that when it comes to men, we don't have. Well, let me try to be honest and correct me if I'm wrong. Most men have not created a safe space for other men to voice their complaints. What's going on in the world? Now, I held a room earlier today. Men don't cry. Like, men don't need to cry to women about anything unless there's a death, birth, or God's divine touching. Other than that, keep your tears to yourself. Men do need to create a space for other men to voice, to get it off their chest.
Yeah.
Just like some cases, some women come to us and say, we don't need you to fix our problem. We just need you to hear us. Men have the same thing too, but I tell the men, don't tell that to her, because they're not strong enough to handle what you got going on, and that might come back to haunt you later. Men do need to create a space to voice their complaint, but also still as in the spirits of being a man. We're gonna let you talk, but you can't number one, you can't cry to us about every single damn thing. And number two, if you come back to us with the same problem, that is a problem in of itself. I'm not going to enable you. There has to be a solution. There has to be a graduation date of said issue. So that's where I will probably say Courtney is wrong. Like, give the men space to get it off their chest, but with that, there's a purification, I would call, finding a way to fix this issue. What's your take on that?
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing about it when it comes to that is you're 100% right. The men need to define the parameters of what a space like that would look like and how we hold each other accountable. But So a guy can say to another guy, look, man, it's cool for you to complain about this problem, but we got to have a solution to it as well, because we don't want to keep hearing this shit over and over. The problem with Courtney's take on it is she's already in violation because it's not her place to say what we should be doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I was thinking to myself, well, that was kind of in my heart. It's like, Courtney, are you sure you're supposed to be saying this? But I said, let me play devil's advocate. Courtney has always been an advocate for men. Put the party stuff to the side. She has always been an advocate for men. So it's just like if you give someone a pass, like they earn that right to speak on men's behalf because they're always in defense of the men. That's why I was thinking about this. Like maybe she could somewhat get away with this, but then when I looked up, Obsidian had an issue, Kosher Clinic had an issue, and a plethora of other no names had issues with it.
They coming for her. I can guarantee you that they are coming for her. She might want to back up off of it because they are not going to take kindly to that, because I haven't seen the video. I've seen a couple people mention it. I didn't go look at it because I didn't really care to look at it. But I can tell you right now, knowing the climate of how dudes operate in these spaces, they're not going to take kindly to it at all, because some of them are going to feel like, yo, it's cool that you have spoke for men, and we give you a little bit of leeway to talk about certain things. But then there's also going to be dudes that's like, I knew she was a chameleon.
She's been getting that since the mirror situation.
Yeah, so they're gonna say that,
Right, and for the record, I don't think Courtney is a chameleon. I do think she could have handled the mirror situation a little bit better. But other than that, I don't have no problem with her addressing the mirror. Hell, I don't have a problem with her addressing Pearl. My only issue is Pearl opened the space, wanted to have a conversation, and she didn't show up. For whatever reason. She has her own reason. That's just me personally. I wanted her to show up for that one, because if there was anybody that was going to check Pearl, I could count on Courtney to do it. She chose not to do it. That's cool. But I don't call her a chameleon. A chameleon. But I will say this. Probably the right message, wrong messenger.
Yeah. Because even if a guy says that in this space, he's going to catch hell. Like, even if a dude says, if a guy was to say, yo, red pill is like big pharma because it's treating you but not curing you. If a dude said that, he's gonna catch hell.
Right. But on average, a man can take that better than a woman.
Yeah.
If we just put Courtney to the side.
Yeah.
Now you're right about that one.
Yeah,
I appreciate your
like Kevin could have said that and people would have had a problem with it. As big as his influence was, they would have had a problem with it. Because I've said, I've always had like a balanced approach, and there have been times that I've said things not that exactly but similar in a certain way. And yeah, I caught pure fucking hell from the dudes.
See, for me, how would I handle that situation? Because you already know me. People can say whatever they want about me. I'll still be here every day. I'll hop on any panel. I'll hop on any link. Nobody wants to have that conversation with me anyways. But
yeah, I
would say this. I'll take that message, but I would say, Courtney, you're doing what you're telling the men not to do, which is complain. Like, you may have a legitimate complaint, but if you're going to take that position, where's the solution? Your solution needs to be just as loud, if not louder than a complaint. That would probably be that probably my two faults with her: wrong messenger, and you kind of just let that halfway done and just said, "Here you go, world." I was like, I would have handled that a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, you know, there was something that happened with her that caught my attention, and I'm not gonna say it's her fault, but you know, she said something about the Black Panther movie, and her video.
Me and her agree, by the way.
Yeah, her video went viral, but she wasn't the only one that went viral about that topic, right? Because I, along with a few other guys, said similar things, and those videos went viral as well. But when it came time for the news to want to talk to somebody about it, they went to her. And it's like, because what we were talking about was the concept of that second movie being female dominated and the men losing their voice, or the men not having a presence in that movie. And it kind of was like a slap in the face for mainstream media to say, oh, this is interesting that they feel this way. Let's go talk to a Black woman about it. You feel what I'm saying? So that wasn't her fault, but I guarantee you a lot of dudes, if I saw it that way, a lot of dudes saw it that way. So there's a couple of things that, there's a couple of things that's starting to stack up against her. You know what I'm saying? So her saying that after all of that, after the situation with the chick going at her, and then, you know, the situation with the Black Panther thing, and then for her to come out and say that, it's like, yeah.
But everybody bumps their head once or twice. She'll be all right.
Yeah.
She'll figure out. She might stand on her point, but she'll figure out. I trust Courtney, because I watched that video. I watched the IG live. I could have listened to that live without Jay Prince or CJ making an appearance on it, but that's just my preference. But it is what it is.